imposters are destroying the culture. We need the Black Nerd Podcast now. I don't care where they are, beam them here and now.
Nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
Here comes them black nerds, zones on with big words. Cake slap makes us all smile. Dave's little songs every time you look wild. Veins kinda like the mastermind. Just one shows up every single time. Yeah, I wish you're not gonna bring the fight. Hey, since this Black Nerd Podcast, winning all the fights.
All right, it's your boy JS on the Supplier. We're back. We're in the building. Well, I am in the building. So apparently we have got a bunch of last minute call outs. A lot of the team has not been able to do the show today because of a plethora of personal issues. However, the show must go on, and I am here to bring the greatness, the nerdy greatness. So with that being said, let us start with our first piece of content today. A little bit of history. When I saw this video clip, I was like, bro, this is the definition of nerdy. Like, this is the definition of great black nerdiness. Let's go.
This woman secretly recorded everything that was on TV for more than 30 years. You see, since most TV networks in the 70s were constantly deleting their old footages, Marion Stokes was worried that people would start changing the details of history and no one would have any idea. Since she was a former librarian and activist, she knew just how important it was to preserve true information. So, since Marion had actually gotten extremely rich by buying tons of Apple stock early on, she just decided to make it her life's mission to preserve history herself. To the shock of everyone around her, Marion just began having up to 8 tapes always recording news channels, TV shows, commercials, and whatever else that was on live TV 24/7. Since Marion was a natural hoarder, she put everything else aside and would often leave dinners and other commitments early just so she could make it home to change the tapes. She would still be recording while sleeping, and if she was gone, she'd have her family members record. But although Marion's obsession soon became toxic and created a lot of tension for her family, she just never stopped since she knew her work would become useful one day. After 33 years and 70,000 tapes kept in 9 houses, Marion passed away. She left behind the only complete collection preserving this era of TV. And the Internet Archive is currently digitizing her collection to fulfill her dream of making it publicly available forever.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jalen's in the building.
Hey y'all, sorry I'm late.
You are totally fine. So what you missed was a lady spent 30 years of her life recording everything on television, everything on VHS tapes for 30 years. So she has over 77,000 hours of television.
Wow. So I have questions. Like, what networks was she recording from? And like,
oh, okay. So from what I understood, she was recording regular TV, not cable. So like all of the regular television networks. So in her area, whatever her town she was in, it was NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all the regular, anything you can get on an antenna, that's what she was focused on.
Interesting.
Word, super crazy. Shout out to David the Goliath. He's in the building. That's what's up. All right. So with all of that, what's been going on, Jalen? How was your week? How's life going on your side?
Life is great. I did karaoke for the first time this weekend. That was fun. Yes.
Oh my God.
Never done it before. Had a ball.
That's disgusting.
What?
I hate karaoke. Karaoke.
Why?
Because it's so noisy and people are bad. So and they like do it more because it's bad. They be like, oh yeah, I suck, so I'm gonna do karaoke. Like, no.
So what, you gotta sing? You gotta know how to sing to do karaoke?
Yes. I mean, well, I feel like you shouldn't do karaoke, period. But if you are going to sing a song, you're gonna sing a song, do it the right way. That's just my opinion.
Well, what's the fun in that? It's like, oh, now I'm just here like listening to like a cover, like amateur night.
It's not amateur night. You're a professional. That's the only time I feel like only professionals to sing. That's it. Like, it should not be regular people. I don't even like it when it was in church. I would be cringing, curling up in my seat when I heard people say, like it physically hurts me when I hear people sing out of tune and like they'll be flat and stuff like that. I just can't.
Oh no, in church, you talking about people in the choir?
The choir.
Oh no, if you can't sing, don't be in nobody's choir. Exactly. Unless you're a child.
Right. He said, what's your favorite song? That is a complicated question. That's like asking what's your favorite kid? Or like my favorite song. Let's see. I've got a million favorite songs. I've got a bunch of playlists of music that I am in love with, but it's probably some slow jam, probably a Sade record. You know what I'm saying? Like
my favorite
something crazy
song.
like that. Your favorite song. I'll let you think about that while we go into our first segment. Let's get into the business. All right. So look, I have been on my nerd gang business. And I have been in love. I have fallen back in love. I used to love this show, and then I recently, because I had to buy Peacock for WrestleMania, I have been watching Sequest. And I am back in love with that show. That show is so good. So now I need me a Sequest t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I got to get one, and it's on my list. And in addition to that, more so than the t-shirt, because I really don't care about the t-shirt. More so, I want the hat. This is what I need. I want a Sequest trucker hat. Yeah, I can't wait. I know that sounds super silly, but the show ran for 5 seasons. It was something that I really enjoyed, and I'm like literally rewatching the season now, and watching it like I've never seen the show ever in my whole life, which is so crazy. So, have you ever watched Sequest? Or
yeah, no, I have watched Sequest, and I keep seeing it pop up on Peacock. So I might have to, since it's so good, I might have to go back and revisit it. You said it was so good.
I mean, I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know if it's nostalgia mixed in with some good storytelling, but it's not the best, but it's not the worst. You know what I mean? You know, the future always has 2 black people in it, so I don't know how reputable it is. All right, so here is yours: Woodlands USA bamboo kitchen utensils. Mm-hmm. Holy smokes! I just noticed that. So thank you for May the 4th.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be on.
Yo,
theme.
That is crazy. I love that. I
feel like that's perfect for me, and I don't have any wooden spoons.
Neither do I, and we have a whole bunch of cookware that I really need to be using wood spoons for. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you have that, what do they call it? The pans that have the
non-stick.
The non-stick. You're not supposed to use metal on non-stick.
Right.
Because it'll scrape off and then you'll be eating non-stick stuff.
Yeah, so, I like the silicone. That's cool. But after a while, sometimes it breaks or
right. Yeah. Or it melts, which I hate. I hate some of that stuff, the way it be melting. But anyway, all right. Well, it's time to get into game segment. All right, this week we are definitely mad pro-black. So this game, I did not know this game dropped. Now, we might have talked about this about 6 or 7 months ago, but I'm proud to bring this back so that we, because I didn't know it was out, but I need to promote it.
A line between mercy and justice, ain't that right, Hazel Flood?
South of Midnight isn't just a game. This is a tribute that is rooted in our magic. It's southern, black, and unapologetically mystical. And lucky for you, it's an experience that you can play right now with the Xbox PC Game Pass. But here's why it's an unmissable, nuanced black experience. Representation isn't just about being seen, it's about being remembered accurately. And South of Midnight remembers this black experience so beautifully. Our protagonist's name is Hazel, and her story is overflowing in her black heritage, resilience, and myth. And this is something that we rarely see celebrated in games so authentically and meaningfully. Black women are often written or portrayed as side characters or tropes, but our girl Hazel, front and center. She's a young black woman navigating lifelong mythical legacies and the real world.
You find your mama yet?
A talking fish.
Nope. Ain't no way.
It reclaims our ghost stories, our spirits, our ancestors. Not as horror, but as history, heritage, power. It gives reverence to oral storytelling and the spiritualism passed through generations of black women, and doesn't treat blackness as a monolith. This game sounds and looks like black culture. Lush, rich, real. The game has a beautiful handcrafted stop-motion aesthetic with southern musical influences, and being set in the Deep South really affirms its connection to black folklore, which isn't a setting or type of story we typically get to see ourselves in games. Between the combat, cutscenes, and the world overall, this game has the ability to immerse you in the fantastical explorative journey right alongside Hazel. So you can play South of Midnight with other great high-quality games on the PC Game Pass, and you can actually get it for £1 or $1, depending on where you're from, for 14 days. So go and experience South of Midnight.
Okay.
So I do remember when we first brought this up, and I really want to play it.
I want to play it now. Like, I didn't want to play it then. It just didn't. I guess the way they were selling it, I wasn't excited about it. But I see this and I'm like, I've got to play it, but I got to own it too. So like, I can't wait to buy this so that I can add this to my collection. I think that is such a great idea.
And then she really sold it. Like, she was...
Facts. She was going in hard on it. He said, this gives me Walking Dead and Last of Us vibes. Really? How did that give you that? That's super weird. All right. Well, at least you got an opinion, and that's all. That's super important. Now, the next one I have is something that I really wanted to show Fame, but hey, life goes on. Let's see.
Are you ready for a new type of tabletop RPG adventure? This is Sunderfolk, a couch co-op tactical RPG from Studio Secret Door. Think of it as a mix between Jackbox and D&D. And with just one copy of the game, you and up to 3 other friends can use your phones to team up, choose one of 6 classes, and begin your adventures in the Sunderlands. Now, adventures are split up into 3 acts, and like most RPGs, are designed to be played in sessions. Your adventure can last anywhere from 20 to 40 hours depending on your decisions. And the developers built in features to make sure nobody falls behind, even if they miss a session. Are you ready to jump into this fantastical world? You can play Sunderfolk right now on Steam, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I like that. And I like the fact that you only have to buy one copy and then all of your other friends can play. I think that is super cool. So that way we can all have the experience. Now, I'm quite sure you're not able to play it on your own. You'd have to play it with friends, but I would definitely like to play that. And that's really my preferred experience. I like to play games with people, with friends versus just by myself, because they really don't interest me that much. So,
yeah, the only way I would probably play this is with friends.
You know what I mean? All right, so let's get into your segment right now. You know what I mean? So we can get to some mystery.
Riddle me this, Batman.
All righty then. Let's see. Bam, and let me give you the floor. All right. This is you.
I am a mother and a father, but have never given birth. I'm rarely still, but I never wander. What am I?
All right, so I'm a mother and a father, but I have never given birth. I'm rarely still, but never wander. What am I? Am I a lake or
No.
All right. Am I a body of water?
You are not.
Okay. So let's see. Am I
David
the earth?
No, it's not the earth.
Oh, dang. We were close, David. We was close. All right. I'm the mother and the father, but I've never given birth.
How do you know you were close?
Just trying to be positive here. I'm trying to be positive. All right. So we nowhere near it, David. We got.
I didn't say anything. I just said. Okay. I just asked the question.
I'm a mother and a father, but I've never given birth. I'm rarely still, but never wander. What am I? All right. Man, I feel Somebody help me. All of y'all watching. It's a bunch of y'all watching. Somebody jump in the comments and help me out here, because I am not good with the mysteries and the riddles. I am a horrible riddler person.
Any other guesses?
Clouds.
No.
Nah, because the mother and father thing. There's something about the mother and father thing, or maybe my mother and a father. I've never given birth. All right, given birth, never given birth, but I'm rarely still, but I never wander. What am I? ER? No. Yo, you be having these like trick questions where it's like, oh yeah, it's a blah, blah, blah.
Riddle.
Right, exactly. He's asking, can we get a hint?
Let me give you a good hint. Okay, this is not a grammar. This is not a grammar question. This is not like one of those things where it's in the answer. I mean, in the question or anything like that. Let me think of a hint that will like not give it away.
Okay. All right. I'm with it.
I don't know. If you have a question like that would give a hint, I can give you one.
So what I'm gonna do is do not answer it this week. We're gonna bring it back next week and then we'll answer it then. So like David the Goliath and we are promising not to do no research. We just gonna come in here. He said the sun.
It is not the sun or any
there's no planetary connection to it.
There is none.
Right. Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to our
celestial beings or anything of the sort.
Facts. There's one other game. I forgot. There was another game that I wanted to show you. Let me pull this up. And it's there's no dialogue or anything. It's just visuals.
Looks like they got a taste of their own dynamite.
I like this. This looks so cool.
I like this too. What game is that?
I'm gonna find out and bring it back. I cannot remember. I had it written down somewhere and then I lost it or I moved it or something like that. So anyway, let us go to, let's see what else we got. We got plenty of time. All right. So before we go to the next segment, we're gonna go to a commercial. We'll be right back.
It's time for our 2025 VVC Life merch sale.
Hey guys, you know I can't pass up a good sale. I'm headed to the store right now to grab me some gear.
Where are you going? The sale is online.
Wait, what?
Black Nerd and the Indie Show have brand new designs ready to spruce up your wardrobe so you can be ready for summer. Support your favorite show by wearing these work and home-safe designs printed on great fabrics, shipped quickly to your door. Go to vvcmerch.com, and if you do so right now, you can use code SPRINGVVC to get 20% off your entire order. Don't wait, this sale may not last long.
Wow, I can order right from my phone.
vvcmerch.com, and if you do so right now, you can use code SPRINGVVC to get 20% off your entire order.
Yo, shout out to Kate Nicole. She said tree.
Yes, Katie Nicole. It is a tree.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yo, that's crazy. Okay, David. Oh, yes, I've seen this one. Is Doom but Disney edition. The game is called Mouse. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. He's talking about the little black and white thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, nice joint. Okay. Well, shout out to Kate Nicole, yo. That was fire.
I know.
Clutch. She came right in the clutch and helped us out because I had no idea what was going on. I was completely and I would have never guessed that answer. Ever.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not, like I said, I'm not good with riddles and stuff like that.
So Katie, you looked it up. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Did she or did she just know? All right, let's go to our AI ancestors.
AI for the longest of time. My grandfather would go to a stone and speak to it and say to his son, who was 300-400 kilometers away from town, hey, it's high time you come back home, my son. Wherever the son was, he would hear him. By weekend, you'll be back home. I miss those AI days where grandmothers would be sitting under a tree and they see a young girl coming 1 kilometer away and they look at each other and say, that one is pregnant, with no tests whatsoever. They could just look. And they knew the time when our aunties would be sitting around the house and look around chickens fighting. And they can tell you, oops, some visitors are coming, please. Start preparing the pots and etc. There's a time when my grandfather would be telling me, this year we're going to harvest. We're going to have lots of rain this year. It's going to be very cold. It's going to be what? So in terms of knowledge systems, the question is, how did they tap into the spiritual realm? We've been doing AI for the longest of time.
Interesting. OG, I think you're mixing up wisdom and intuition with AI. Like everything he's talking about is intuition and AI. I mean, not AI, intuition and just wisdom. That I don't feel like that's AI, but okay.
Yeah. I get, but it was a little bit of a reach. I get where he was going with it, though. It was, but like, no, it's not, David.
Yeah, it's not. It's not AI, but it was definitely funny and cool. I just wanted to bring it in. I love to see the older seasoned people just come in and they have their whole perspective. It's just hilarious. So Case,
like, that would require older people to understand like what AI is.
But
also.
You know what? I know a lot of people that's our age that don't know what AI is. They just think it's some magic or something. So I mean, it is what it is. All right. Kate Nicole said, I wasn't sure, but I sat with it for a while as far as answering the question. She said, I'm glad I was right. I would have been embarrassed if I was wrong. How you gonna be embarrassed? It's a chat. Like
no judgment zone.
Yeah, this is definitely not that. Like, you know, you see me, I'm on camera looking stupid. So you know, you good. All right, let's move on. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
He is a fucking Pokemon. Yoshi is a fucking Pokemon, cuz, and I can prove it. First of all, Pokemon eggs look a lot like motherfucking Yoshi eggs. How the fuck didn't I see this shit? Look, that's a Yoshi egg. That's a Pokemon. Bro, them motherfuckers is the same. You still ain't believing a nigga, right? If Yoshi wasn't a Pokemon, why the fuck does he evolve? He starts out as this baby Yoshi, right? But it doesn't take time for him to grow. It doesn't take time for him to age and become a big Yoshi. No, he turns into a bigger Yoshi if he can eat and defeat enough niggas. Like Pokemon. He beat enough ass, he turning into this, bruh. And don't let this nigga get the smash ball. He gonna turn into Yoshi the Super Dragon? A nigga that can fly and breathe fire? That's damn near a Charizard. Now look, this shit right here, this gonna fuck you up. Pokemon can only say their name, right? They can only say their name. What the fuck Yoshi be saying? What that nigga be saying?
What'd he say? What'd he say?
You know exactly what that nigga be saying.
Why he's so angry though? That's my question. Like, how did he get so upset? Like, is this such a conspiracy?
Because he feels like he was bamboozled. Okay.
Do you feel like you were bamboozled by finding out that the two entities might have been connected to one another?
No, I mean, honestly, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me any.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It's definitely onto something. But I wondered, like, how much he smoked to come to that realization.
Facts. I guarantee it has something to do with weed.
For sure.
And late night while you watching whatever you watching. David DeGalad, somebody he was kind of cooking. Yeah, I'm quite sure he was. All right.
He was cooked.
Yeah, he said, I want a Pokemon Mario game. That's not a bad crossover. That's not a
Ooh.
bad crossover.
Then you got to bring back Game Boys.
But look, what about this? Look about this. If we could have Super Mario get his own Pokemon, so like he could probably have like a mushroom, or he could put like one of them bullets in the thing and just throw it out and then like I think that would be cool. Like he could bring characters from his own universe, and then the Pokemon could bring, and then they could go versus each other. That's cool.
I mean, that would be the first crossover game, so that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm with it. All
Probably
right,
come to the Switch.
True. You know what I mean? It's just give us our credits. That's it. Just give me my little percentage, because I know that game gonna go crazy. If they do a Mario Pokemon crossover, it's out of here. All right, let's get some Steam tips and tricks.
There's a bunch of hidden settings and features, like this one where in your library, if you hit these 3 lines, then type in a friend's name at the bottom, it shows you the games that you and that friend both own, which can be useful when trying to find a game to play together. Another feature is you can change a game's artwork by just right-clicking and either changing the logo or background. You can also do this with the game's artwork. Speaking of artwork, you can also easily save a game's trading card artwork by just clicking on it and then right-clicking and selecting Save Screenshot As. This next feature is in the settings. Go to in-game, then where it says in-game FPS counter, turn it on, and now whatever game you play, there will be an FPS counter. Another feature while you're in-game is in the Steam overlay, which you can access by pressing Shift-Tab. Now at the bottom, you have a few options, like the notes, for example, that you can actually pin to the screen so it stays open while you're playing, which can be useful if you need to write down a code or something if you're playing a puzzle game. Let me know if you guys want to see more, because
I was like, that's genius. You know how many times I was playing a game and I needed to write down something or put down something, so now I'm running around my room trying to get a piece of paper. I could have just put a note on the screen. That is hard.
And pinned it.
Right.
Technology is crazy.
For real. So shout out to them for that. That was super fire. All right, what's next on my list? We running through these pretty fast. I'm happy. All right, we actually going to end on time today. Yay!
What?
All right, Star Trek Adventures. All right, this is on my list. We have to go as a team, and I don't want to hear no complaining.
Okay.
A new immersive Star Trek experience is coming to FanFest Nights, a new After Dark event at Universal Studios Hollywood, and we got a sneak peek. The story is that we've been invited to the Starfleet Museum to tour the Enterprise D. And of course, while we're on there, there's something that's going to go wrong, and the ship goes into red alert. It's basically like Halloween Horror Nights, but instead of going through in a Congo line, we're going to be pulsed through it in big groups, and in each room, we're going to experience a new action scene. We'll be able to navigate through the iconic swoosh doors, through the classic corridors of the ship. We'll find ourselves all over the ship, including the sick bay, the engineering room with a destabilizing warp core. And don't worry, the turbolifts have been expanded to fit the tour groups. There's a lot of cool lighting integration in these sets, which have been reconstructed based on the reference materials and blueprints from the films. The final scene will take us into the bridge of Enterprise D. This is not a recreation. This is the actual film-used version built for the Picard series. It'll be cool to be in here while the action is going down. This experience involves a cast of 10 performers, some of which will be in full alien prosthetics and makeup. FanFest Nights begins April 25th and will run selected nights through May. We'll see you there.
That's so crazy. I was about to say, this looks like something that would be at Universal, and boom.
It's at Universal.
It's at Universal, because only Universal could pull this off like this.
Yes, that's what I love. And then here go David the Goliath, right on schedule. I'm gonna ask a question. Really? You're gonna ask a question? All right. He says Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Dirty pool, old man. Dirty pool. I refuse. I'm not even gonna. I can't answer that question. That's once again, that's like asking me to choose children. I ain't with it. Not at all. I can't. Those are like my 2 favorite IPs of all time. So anyway, all right. I don't know why this is a topic, but we got to do the. So it's supposed to be a one gorilla versus 100 men, but I wanted to switch it up. So it's one. Is the man himself, one Chuck Norris versus 100 gorilla. Y'all know how this is going to turn out. My question to you, my dear, is why is this a topic? Why do people care whether it's a gorilla versus humans or humans versus? Why does this become a topic?
You're asking the wrong person, because I've been trying to figure it out. I didn't know if there was like a video, like an original video before all the other videos that started this discussion. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know.
Go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
Like, why are we talking about this?
We don't have to, but
no, not us.
Oh,
not, like just like it's a gorilla. Like,
pretty much. That's pretty much what it is.
It's a gorilla.
Man. Humans have an innate curiosity that leads to think of stupid shit. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was pretty lit. That was pretty insightful, sir. All right. So let's move on to our next piece.
Someone steals your iPhone. Here's the first thing they'll try to do. Swipe down the control center, turn on airplane mode, and then power off the phone so you can't track it. But here's how to stop that from happening. Go to Settings, Face ID and Passcode, scroll down, and turn off control center access when locked. Now no one can access it from your lock screen. Next, go to Settings, your name, find my iPhone, and make sure all options are turned on. With this setup, even if someone turns off your phone, it will display a message saying iPhone is findable after power off. Share this tip with your friends. It could save their phone.
So my question to you, as an iPhone user, is: so if you turn the phone off and turn it back on, it's unlocked or something?
No. So what they're saying is, I guess, if your phone is locked, you can still, like, I can still go to the control center. So if somebody were to steal my phone, they could put it in airplane mode and then turn it off, and then I wouldn't be able to track it. In order to stop that, you can you can turn that feature off to where when it's locked, you can't go to the notification center. Which is really smart. But do people still steal iPhones at this point? Because they're really hard to unlock.
I don't know, man.
Like, they're really hard. Like, unless you, I don't know. They're really, I don't know.
You got me, buddy. You got me.
Everybody has a password at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't do nothing on my phone. I got password. I mean, every little thing I do, I got a password. Before I can send money, before I can do anything, and before I do anything on my phone, I gotta put a password in. And then sometimes I gotta put it in twice. So it's just be like, it's annoying. All right, so let's move on. But I just wanted to show that for all of my iPhone users, because I ain't a hater. I'm a supporter, so let's do it.
Let me know if we should be worried about this. So I just found out with ChatGPT's new O3 model, if you upload a picture, I'm going to do this one of me lounging at Half Moon Cay while I was on a cruise. You can actually ask it, where was this picture taken, and the coordinates, and if I hit enter, it'll actually analyze the image, and it'll give you an approximate guess on where it thinks that picture was taken. It says Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas, which is Carnival Cruises' private island, and it even gave me some coordinates. Scary.
Yeah. I did not know, but this is for all of my girls out here that are trying to track down their boyfriends or guys and trying to know where they at all times. Every time they post a picture now, you can just screenshot it and then run it through ChatGPT.
Oh, and a tip for those who don't know already. If somebody sends you a picture, you can save it to your phone and it'll pull up the locate. You can, like, because your photo location, you pull up the photo location.
Geo tracking on it. Look at that was genius. Look at you. Yo, women are yo, I don't even think like that. Like I don't even
it's not like when I figured that out, it wasn't for that type of use. But
right.
Yeah.
You know, I get it.
It's helpful. Handy.
Yeah. When your homegirl call you crying, you got the solutions. It's all good.
Save that photo. He was where?
Anyway, I'm not a part of this. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna go to another commercial and then we're gonna throw on our tinfoil hats or something. We're gonna do something.
One time for your mind, it's your man Mastermind, host of the indie show All Things Indie, your new favorite podcast that's secretly a late night talk show. Join the movement every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on thevclife.com. thought-provoking.com.
AI news and conversations.
I have only one function. To kill.
All right. So yeah, let's make it scary a little bit.
Operating it the same way as if it was attached. Make a move.
That is
across the
incredible.
table.
So tell me about these arms that you've got at the moment.
So these are the brand new Hero Pro. We had the Hero Arm, and this is Hero Arm next level upgrade. So they're pretty cool. They're still like 3D printed, muscle operated, but we've got all this extra capabilities now, which is really, really cool.
And Joel, you actually designed these. What got you into Bionics?
Well, probably playing with Lego as a child. What got me really interested in technology. That evolved into electronics and robotics. And then I wanted to do something that would have a positive social impact with technology. So got really into bionic hands and prosthetics.
So can you demonstrate a few of the things that you can do? Can you pick up that glass there?
Yeah, so they're all muscle operated. I can just control it like that. Can do anything I want to do.
And are you doing that with your mind? You're just thinking...
I mean, everything ultimately comes from the brain, but what's really great about these is it's just these two muscle sensors. So it's only squeeze to close, flex to open, cycling through grip modes, and even that becomes second nature.
So could you operate that arm when it's not attached to you?
Yes. So that's the thing, and we've posted about it on social media, and that's what everybody is like, this is crazy, mind-blowing.
Oh, we've got to see this.
Yes. We have...
I'll just help to the...
Completely wireless, so you can actually just detach the hand like that.
You're thinking about it.
And I can still operate it the same way as if it was attached. Make a move.
That is
across
incredible.
the table.
Why is that a thing? Why does the hand need to detach from the thing and still work? Why?
Thing is the perfect name for it because
it's thing.
That's literally what it is. That is so creepy. That is so creepy. Like,
I don't get it. I'm literally baffled at why that is a thing. Why was that necessary at any point? Like,
when it first came on the screen, it instantly gave me the heebie-jeebies. And can you just imagine, like, the thing just crawling around, like going to grab things. You're at your friend's house and you just see like this hand like going like, oh, you want something to drink? And you just see this hand going up on the counter, like pouring a glass.
Exactly.
That is creepy as hell.
Here's the other part. It's connected via Bluetooth, so it's hackable. So somebody could hack into that and take control of it. So, like, that's the part I'll be like, y'all doing all this, but not thinking about the negative implications that come out of it. And David the Goliath, I'm right here with him. He said, "Did we learn anything? Did we learn anything from Terminator?" Obviously not. But this is the kiddie pool. I'm gonna take y'all a little bit further into the deep end. Let's go.
People may soon be able to see again thanks to technology, specifically with a bionic eye. Australian scientists have already implanted a bionic eye in animals and successfully tested it. And the most incredible part? This bionic eye has 400 million receptor cells, while our normal eye has only 100 million. That means that this bionic eye could actually be better than a natural human eye. Imagine having a zoomed-in vision, seeing farther, or simply having a sharper eyesight. I think this is an incredible technology, especially for people who have lost their vision, or even the ones who lost their entire eye. This invention deserves a Nobel Prize. Comment below what you think.
Let's go back to a couple episodes ago when guys was putting on night vision goggles that just was red and what they was seeing. So now you giving me some super improved eyeball that's really 400 times better than my normal sight. What you think I'm gonna see? I'm gonna be looking at different dimensions. You'll be looking at ghosts. You're gonna be looking at it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, something's gonna go crazy with that.
So initially, I'm like, as somebody who's partially blind in one eye, I'm like, okay. But then, my blackness kicked in and the common sense kicked in, and I've seen too many movies. Nah, same thing as that hand. So is the eye connected by Bluetooth? Like, how does that work? How is it controlled?
That's a very good question. That is a very good question. I don't know.
And then it's an eye. So how do they put it in? What is that process?
That's a very, very good. These are all phenomenal questions, and I just wanted to bring it. This is my job.
Do you need a doctor's referral for that?
Yeah, I guess. All right. So the last topic, and then we'll move into. Damn, we got 20 minutes. Let's see if I got enough. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, cool. We got enough. All right. So the main topic for today is nerdy men are better than. All right. So there was a post on social media. Fame sent it to me. All right, and in the post there's a young lady, and I'm assuming that this was meant to be controversial or not controversial. So I'm gonna bring the volume down. I don't want it to be too loud, but
I'm not even sure he's on the top 5 of the all-time greatest Lakers, bro.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
So this short little clip ignited like 4,000 comments on social media. And I was like, bro, sounds like a great topic for the show. So I wanted to bring it to the team. So I was hoping there would be more of us that we could really kind of like deep dive in this, but it's only me and you. So we can do what we can do, and that's it. So, all right, I'm going to read you some of the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And then this will give you some time, Jalen, to kind of produce your own kind of like thoughts. So you mean men with like genuinely nerdy hobbies and not like incels? So I guess somebody was like asking a question, like, are they real nerds and not incels? I don't understand that incel thing. All right. Nerdy people has niche hobbies. Nerds are online gooners. I don't know what a gooner is, but that's kind of weird. Nerdy people have niche hobbies. Nerds are online gooners. All right. And then somebody's asking what's the difference. Girls, when they say they like nerdy men, but it's just Henry Cavill with glasses. I mean, Henry Cavill is nerdy, so that's not cool. All right, I guess. The socializing and the soft skills of each of these people in real life will show you the complete difference between the two. The socializing and soft skills of each people. So,
okay,
Aaron, give me your perception.
Okay, so I get exactly what's being said. So you have, and this would be like, I guess, the stereotype of a nerd with like nerd men versus nerdy men. So nerdy men are men that have like interests that would be that of like nerd shit.
Right.
People who like nerd shit, but like are typically, you know, very social or just moderately social. Nerd men, I guess, like stereotypically shut in and like stick to all of the nerd interests and nothing outside of that. So I can get what they're kind of saying. And the incel thing, because I've seen this like just in high school and like mostly in high school. Sometimes as an adult, but only on social media, really. I haven't seen this in real life. But like there'll be guys who would like talk shit about, like they would be the nerds, but they would like talk shit about everybody else around them that it's like having fun or like doing normal teenage shit. And it's like they kind of like turn their nose up at, you know, the other people. So you have like the nerds, and then you have the nerdy guys, I guess, the guys with the nerd interests. And so I might have to agree, like the nerds might be a little bit more socially awkward or not as outgoing, I guess. So I guess having like that balance someone might look at that like, oh, that might be better. Like just having a balance of both.
Yeah, I used for the cover of the show. I used Donald Glover and Pharrell Williams as examples of just to me. I look at them as two different types of nerds. One is like they're both highly successful, but one is a nerd. Like I feel like Pharrell is definitely a nerd. I feel like if you don't know that he's a nerd, you obviously don't know Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's followed this career and is into what he's into, you know that he's a super nerd. I mean, for even a movie about his life, he decided to do it in Lego. That's so Pharrell, like for real. But then you see Donald Glover, where it's like Pharrell knows how to turn it on and off. I think that's the difference. Pharrell is like, I know when it's time to get some. All right, I got to turn this down. You know, I know if I'm dealing with these hip hop dudes, I can't be too much of this or too much of that. You know, he's still going to be himself. If he's going to run skateboard, wear tight pants, he's always going to be that naturally. But he understands when he's in certain environments, you know, you're going to make adjustments.
Balance.
Right. I think he has a little bit of a balance. Whereas when you are dealing with Donald Glover, like Donald Glover has chosen to exist in his nerddom. And every decision, if you look at every film decision he's ever made, he's never tried to be like, I'm gonna go for a blockbuster. Like I'm gonna create the big TV show that's gonna take us. Like Atlanta is weird. Like period.
I love Atlanta. Though.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so good though.
No, I agree. It's a phenomenal show, but it's not phenomenal because it's big. You know, box office vibe. It's great because it's just great. And then every character he's ever played has not been normal. It's been weird. Like he's always had these weird characters. He made Lando Calrissian weird. The coolest guy in the Star Wars universe. He made that nigga weird. He made him cool, but he made him weird. You know, even when he does a TV show about spies, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, it's weird. Like it's not weird in a bad way. It's just different and weird and nuanced and has all this stuff. So like, you know, I feel like to me, that was my impression of, you know, nerd versus nerdy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause both of them are, you know, at their core what they are, but I feel like it's about what people see versus what people don't see. And that's just my perspective, because I think that every girl they don't really be knowing niggas. They just see stuff on the outside. So like, yeah, it could be the same dude, but if the dude wears a Pokemon t-shirt at the club, what you wearing at? But if another dude, the same dude was to like wear a nice shirt that night and not had the Pokemon stuff on, she's gonna be like, oh, but he'll talk about it, but he won't go too far into it. She'll be like, oh, that's cute. He a nerdy guy, but you know how to turn it on and turn it off.
The ability to code switch.
Facts. You just have to do that.
That's just like women. And just any like guys want, you know, a woman to have balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like there's that ability to code switch is important to a lot of men. So I think it goes both ways.
I disagree. I don't feel like a lot of men understand that they have to be able to code switch. And when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, you know,
no, I'm saying men like for women to be able to code switch, but like I don't think it's as important for, like you said, it's not as important for guys to be able to do it.
I disagree. Go ahead.
No, say what you were saying. Sorry.
I was going to say that it's been a problem for a lot of men to understand that you need to code switch when it comes down to dealing with women. It took me a long time to understand that, because Hollywood, TV, and society keep saying, just be yourself. Yo, it's all good. Yo, just be yourself. And it's like, no, you cannot. Like, if you just, and like if I'm the Sequest out crazy dude and I want to wear Sequest all day, but that's how men are. Like we find happiness in whatever the little stupid simple thing that we'll do, and then your whole life will be revolving around something. But that ain't gonna get you laid, bro. Like, and you know what I mean? And it's a lie when people say, yo, just be yourself. If you're a girl could be Sequest out, wear Sequest all day, every day. Guess what? Dudes are still gonna holler. Dudes are still gonna pull. Why? Because guys don't stuff like that.
It depends on where you're wearing it to, though. with guys too. Like if you're wearing it to the club, I don't know about that because like why are you wearing a graphic tee to the club anyway?
Yo,
at your adult age.
It don't matter, yo. If you got some nice size gazongas and you got you going to the club and you got a Sequest t-shirt on and you got the matching hat, but you got your little mini skirt on, or you got some short shorts on. Do you think I'm gonna go, yo, is that a Sequest hat and shirt? Yo, that's corny as hell, bro. I ain't talking to show. You're gonna be like, oh, look at them legs, look at them gazongas. You know what I'm saying? You going look, if I didn't know who Sequest was, I'm looking it up just so I can have some conversation. Yeah, girl. So you like Sequest? Like, yo, men are way less. The point I'm saying is when men are way less judgmental when it comes down to stuff like there's never been a video to go, man, red flag if she's wearing anime t-shirts. No, guys. It's not.
But a guy will quiz you on that same anime. Like, oh, you're not really a fan.
Yeah, because now
you're just wearing it because it's cool.
Right. And it goes back to the nerddom. Like some dudes be really into what they into. So when they see that you got something on, they like, all right, cool. They wanna. It's like they want to connect with you on that. Like that's just a part of that. But once again, that goes back into the importance of men knowing how to code switch. Yo, you can meet another guy and y'all can argue, but you can't do that with a girl, bro. Don't be trying to you trying to quiz a girl down. I just think that's crazy. That's super crazy. David the Goliath said, I thought Boba Fett was the coolest guy in Star Wars. He's the most dangerous guy in Star Wars, in my opinion, but I don't think he's the coolest. Wearing a mask all day don't make you cool. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna go with that. But anyway, is there anything else you want? I thank you so much for indulging me on this topic. Like I thought we were gonna have a much larger panel so we could make the discussion more,
Yeah, because I definitely want to hear what everyone else thinks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this. Most definitely. So you trying to tell me if you had met your husband at the club and he was wearing a Pokemon hat and a t-shirt, it was gonna be like, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. Cause it's like he is fine. But like I would have been like, at the club, bro? Like what's up with you, big fella? Like
see, even in that, there's exceptions to the rule. Like, yo, as long as you're attractive, yo, a lot of stuff get to let it slide. Women will let anything slide to be fine enough.
I mean, and if he, the conversation flows,
once again,
you got to be a smooth criminal.
You got to be smooth because you got to dig yourself out of the hole. You done made yourself a hole, but you look good enough to be like, she gonna give you a try. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got you.
You got to cancel out that negative.
How is a t-shirt that had a negative? All right, cool.
Because why would you? No, it's not even about what's on the t-shirt and what's on the hat. It's like that's what you chose to wear to the club. Like, do you have any adult clothes?
All right, may I say this? Only Black culture puts value on the club look. Like, yo, white people go to the club dressed in all type of goofy shit all the time.
And they go there and they dance.
And have a great time and socialize and hook up in the bathroom and get girls pregnant everywhere. Like, bro,
is that the life that we want to live? You got to understand, like, as Black people, we're held to a higher standard. Well, we have to be held to a higher standard. Yes, in the club, because I don't know, like, do you know how many clubs have made dress codes just to turn away Black people? So it's like we kind of have to, dress up a little bit because they're not going to let us in establishments.
True. I agree. But I don't feel like if I'm security, I'm not barking at the dude with the Pokemon t-shirt. Yo, bro, you can't be up here. But no, I get what you're saying. I get you. You're right. I get what you're saying.
A lot of them will. No plain t-shirts. No, they be a little. No sweatpants.
Definitely not. Definitely not a sweatpants.
So if you can't wear sweatpants, but you can wear a Pokemon t-shirt,
let's do it. But anyway, I don't even own a Pokemon. I've never even played Pokemon a day in my life. But
Really?
Anyway, we'll talk about. Let's move on.
Okay, class, put your tinfoil hats on. Is it real? No, seriously, is it?
You're not gonna kill me, okay? I'm not gonna allow this discussion to happen. So we're not gonna do that.
Something terrifying. The prophecy of the popes.
Oh boy.
This book was found in the Vatican archives. Predicted every single pope from in 1143 all the way to our current pope. But the scary thing is, after Pope Francis, the last one, it just says Judgment Day.
Oh gosh.
It literally ends after Pope Francis?
Yes. The creepiest thing that I saw inside St. Paul's Basilica, bordering the whole inner sanctuary, is every single pope. But what's weird is that there's only a certain amount of markers to where you can put a picture. There's one left after Pope Francis. They have always said that once that last slot is filled, it will be the end of the world. What he predicted, the time it took to go from the first pope that he wrote about, halfway mark, was 422 years. And he's saying from the middle one to the end, another 422 years will be the end of the world. If you do 422 years from the middle pope, which was 1585, that year is 2027.
Dang!
It's even weirder. Pope John the 23rd, and he said that the end of the world would happen 2,000 years plus Christ's life. So that adds up to 2027 as well.
This is another 2012 situation.
Probably. What happened in 2012?
The world was supposed to end. Remember, they had a movie about it and everything.
Oh yeah, and it was supposed to end in 2000. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the world is always supposed to end. Every week is going to end. And maybe
when it ends, it ends.
It ends and then starts again anew.
I just know that I do not want to be here when that happens. Like, I don't want to be left. Like, I don't want to be one of the people that, like, the one or two people that are left here when everybody else is gone.
Yeah, true that. I mean, you can always, All right, so we got one more segment left, and then we got out here.
Yo, I'm coming on strong like I'm bursting through the page. Got that comic vibe, heroes rise, I'm ready to engage. Thoughts are heavy, but my mind's a canvas painted bold with the rhythm in my soul. Watch the story unfold, fighting battles with my words like I'm spinning.
Of the Storm, and this time I give you guys a review of Exiled by Wesley Snipes. If I was to give you a general synopsis of this story, it's a dark noir cyberpunk story. So think Blade Runner. This is actual official art you can find in the back of the first full volume. So our story follows our protagonist, Niles Roach Washington, son of another detective who came before him that left really big shoes to fill. He always felt he was living in his dad's shadow. And this disrupted a lot of aspects of his life because he let that consume him. And to make matters worse, he was following a gruesome serial killer who removed his victim's spine. And Roach has made it his business to find the serial killer and find out why he's doing this. But it takes a very unexpected turn. Now let's talk about my favorite part about this comic book. I really like the grotesque powers of Roach, and the stuff he could do with these bones is insane. But if you're looking for a new series to get into, The Exiled is one I highly recommend.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I forgot that Wesley Snipes had like a little, I think he's starting like his own comic book publishing company, because that's not the first story he did. He actually has a vampire graphic novel that he released a couple of years ago. So like, shout out to him, man, for moving forward and creating, saying more stories. Now I hope his face ain't the lead character on all of these different comics, but I ain't going. That's arrogant. That's arrogant as hell.
That is a little much. If he does do that, that would be funny.
Super crazy. All right, Jalen, give us your shout outs, or if there's any topic you want to touch, this is your time to shine.
I finally went to go see Sinners, but I know that it's pretty new, so we'll wait a little bit to talk about it.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Okay, good.
I have some notes, but I loved it.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. This week, all right. So you haven't seen Thunderbolts yet?
Not yet, no. But this week,
yeah. And then this week, Fame and I are going to see. I forgot what we're going to see. I think it's like Fight or Flight, and then I'm taking my mom to see the Shadow something on Sunday. So like, yeah, my mom wanted to see that. What is it? Shadow Force? Is it with Kerry Washington?
I don't know.
Oh damn, you didn't know? Okay, well,
I didn't know.
It's Mother's Day next Sunday, people. So we're gonna make sure we're gonna get it cracking, and I will be here in time for the show. So I'm taking her early in the morning, and we're gonna handle her business, and I'm gonna be right back here so that I could do something for my mothers. Well, you're the only mom on the show because Kate is not a mother, so
she's a cat mom.
She is a cat mom. So I don't know if that is the same, but we'll do what we got to do. So all right, shout out to the entire team. I hope everybody. Kate says she wasn't really feeling that well. Fame is on some family business, and Sloan is out here helping out the community. He was saying that one of his friends was going through something, so he wanted to make sure he could be there for them. And so we send our love and our prayers to each and every one of them. Jalen,
absolutely.
Facts. Jalen, next weekend we going out. The squad is hitting the highway to go to DC, and we going to play some games. So I can't wait to see you so that we can all hang out together as a team. And we are on the road to the VVC retreat, which I'm so happy we got underway. David the Goliath says, before I leave, I have one thing to add. Have any of you peoples played Undertale? No,
I have not.
You got to send us some information. Hey, send it to my send it to the Instagram page, the Black Nerd Instagram page, so I can check it out. So with that being said, we love each and every one of y'all. We will see y'all next week. Make sure if you haven't done so, subscribe to the podcast, to the audio, so that way you can get it at each and every week. And we love y'all, and we will check you next time. Did you want to shout out anything? Did you want to shout out your business or anything?
Shout out to Sauce and Fire. Instagram, Sauce and Fire. That's it. We out of here. Check y'all next week. Peace.
Here comes them black nerds. Sloan's on with big words. Kate's laugh makes us all smile. Jay's little stones every single time. Fame's kind of like a mastermind. While Jay is one shows up every single time. Yeah. Powers unite, go to bring the fight. Cases is Black Nerd Podcast winning all the fights.